Pleasant day to one and all. I am Antony Jones, Assistant Professor of Computer Science in St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. In this session, we are going to discuss about JDBC in Java programming. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. In general, front-end and back-end is connected using a ODBC. It is called Open Database Connectivity. But Java supports a special features behind the ODBC, which is called Java Database Connectivity, that is JDBC. Java JDBC is a Java API to connect and execute query with a database. JDBC API uses JDBC drivers to connect with the database. There are different types of database. We use Java as a front-end and Oracle or MS Access as a backend. Here, JDBC API uses JDBC drivers to connect with the database. What is API? API stands for Application Programming Interface. API is a document that contains a description of all the features of a product or software. It represents classes and interfaces that a software program can follow to communicate with each other. An API can be created using applications. It uses for creating an applications, libraries, operating systems, and it goes on. JDBC drivers. There are different types of driver that Java uses to connect with the database. JDBC driver is a software component that enables Java application to interact with the database. There are 4 types of JDBC drivers. First one is called JDBC ODBC bridge driver. It is also called as a native partly driver. Next one is native API driver. It is partially a Java driver used to connect to the database. Next one is the network protocol driver. It is fully a Java driver. And next one is a tin driver, which is fully Java driver. This slide shows about JDBC ODBC bridge driver. It consists of JDBC API. Java application acts as intermediate between JDBC API and JDBC ODBC bridge driver. JDBC ODBC bridge driver uses ODBC driver to connect to the database. The JDBC ODBC bridge driver converts JDBC method calls into the ODBC function calls for accessing the database. There are different methods to connect to the database. This slide shows what are the steps to connect to the database. First step is to use to register the driver class. First process. Second process is used to create a connection. And third process is used to create a statement for the created connection. Fourth one is used for executing the queries. And fifth one, the last step, is used to close the connection to the database. The first one, registering the driver class. This is processed using the method for name, which is included in the class called the class. This slide shows the method for registering the driver class. It includes public, static, void, the method name called for name, which includes the string, the class name. It involves the exception called class not found exception. The method used is class.forName, which includes the class name. Generally, we use as sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc.odcv driver. Next, the second step is create the connection object. Here, the method used is getConnection, which is enclosed under the driver manager class. It uses the string URL to create a connection. This is the method. The method is connection, the object called con, which defines the driver manager dot get connection, which enholds the parameter called get connection. The next one is the creating the statement object. The method used for creating the statement object is create statement, which is the method of statement class. The create statement method is used for creating connection interface for creating the statement. The object of statement is responsible to execute queries with the database. The method used is the statement. It holds the object stmt. This is called the connection object con dot create statement method. Next one is used to execute the query. The execute query method of statement interface is used to execute query to the database. This method returns the object of result set that can be used to get all the records of a table. This method used is execute query execute and execute update. And last one, closing the created connection. Once the connection is created, it has to be closed for executing the process. These are the basic steps for creating a JDBC connection. Thank you.